All right, guys, welcome back to the sales playlist on how I done $100 million in sales, built a bunch of sales teams. Here's the proof to prove it, I guess. I hope that made sense. So with that being said, that's why you should listen. Let's dive in. Now, in the last video, if you haven't seen this, we've done the intro and the pre-frame of the sales script and what you need to do. The second is the discovery and the overview. And then this third one is the pillars. All right. So now if you're in this video, this is going to be about the overview and then creating certainty. So after you've done the three pillars, the brief overview should be very brief. When I say that, it's just enough so that they understand what they're buying. People don't care about features and benefits. They care about the result. Meaning, if you truly believe that you could lick the floor with your tongue and become a billionaire, well, I guess not most people, but I would do it. It just doesn't actually work that way. So all I want to do here is just make sure that they understand what they're buying, okay? No one cares what they actually get. They just want the result. So when it comes to this, if I was telling someone, say, hey, so what do I get? I'm like, look, you get one-on-one support with your coach. You get daily office hours, daily expert calls, Facebook group, portal, templates, etc., content, the whole nine, okay? That's what you're going to have access to. I like that because it gives them an idea of what they're getting, but it's not that important and it's super short and to the point, right? You don't want to spend 15 minutes telling them what they get in the program because it doesn't matter. People don't buy because of features and benefits. They buy because of the result. So once I'm done with that section, we move into certainty. Now, certainty here, we want to get 100% before we move into the close. The close is going to be in the next video with the objections. There's 4 objections: price, spouse, time, and belief. We're going to cover all those and how to beat them. Here, we just want to create as much certainty as possible. So you have 2 ways to create certainty. If it's an expert means that they're usually doing 20, 30 grand a month or more. They've been on sales calls, so they know sales tactics. And so as you do more sales tactics, you're going to break rapport. We don't want to do that. So if I'm on a call, let's say I'm on a call with someone like myself, I'd say, well, look, now that you've heard everything, Tanner, do you think this is a fit for you, right? Or do you think like we should accept you? Like, how does it sound? I do it very soft and I try to see where he's at. I don't want to go more than that because more he's going to know what I'm trying to do. And again, with experienced people, you can break rapport. Now with a beginner, this is a frame I love. Now you don't have to do this whole frame. This is an example I've given to my clients, my students, my sales teams that I worked really well. I actually heard one of my clients do it and it crushed. And so what he did is as he got to here, he said, well, look, Susie, we don't accept everyone. Can you tell me why you think it'd be a fit? And they start selling themselves. It's great. And then he said, well, cool. That sounds great. And scale 1 to 10, where are you at? And usually clients will say 7 or 8. I'm not a huge fan of this, but just stick through it because this whole section here is really good. I've seen it work with a lot of clients. And he goes, well, it's like an 8. And you would say, well, what keeps you from being a 10? And you go, this. So you go, well, cool. What do we have to do to make it a 10? Now, if you can't make it a 10, then what you would do is you would say, and usually they're scared, right? So they'll go, well, I'm scared, this and that. And you go, cool. Well, let me ask you this, Susie. Do you remember a time where you were a little scared or uncertain, like right now where things did work out? And a lot of times I go, yeah. You're like, exactly. Because look, everything you ever accomplished, you weren't probably 100% certain going into it. In times you felt, unconfident, but you knew you would do the work required. That's what you're going to do here. We're trying to get them as close to 100% certainty as possible because when we drop the price, if they're 100% certain, they will buy. If they're not, they won't buy. So those are the 2 ways to do certainty. It doesn't have to be that complex. There's a million ways to do this, but the big thing is just sit there and ask, now that you've heard it, before you drop the price, you want to get certainty as high as possible because once you drop the price, they are now in the power position. You hold the frame through the whole call until you drop price. Once you actually drop price, you're not actually in the power position anymore. Now, after this, you go into closing. And so in the next videos in the series, it's going to be the 4 different objections. And I'm going to break down how to beat each objection and exactly what to say and how to say it, when to say it, etc. The goal, guys, is that I'm not trying to just give you guys a bunch of content. It's a bunch of bullshit. What I'm trying to do is condense your time of learning and understanding and making mistakes so you can move very quickly. And all I'm doing is I'm showing you exactly what worked for me. I'm not going to say it's going to work for you. I'm not going to say you're going to make $100 million. What I am going to say is this is exactly what I've done. And so all I can do is come on these videos, show you exactly what I've done and hope that it gives you a lot of knowledge, expertise, and honestly just gives you a lot of results really fast. In the next video, we're going to go into closing. Watch those 4 videos. Those are going to be the most important of the whole series. If you haven't seen the other ones, please go back because in each video, I start with the intro and pre-frame. I then talk about discovery. Then I talk about the pitch. And then we had today's video. Okay. Really appreciate you guys. If you find value, all I ask is you share it, subscribe. That's all I need. Like I've made a lot of money. I don't need more money unless, you want to order me, but ultimately I just really want to grow this channel and I need your guys' help. Okay. Appreciate you guys so much. See you in the next video. Bye.